Congresswoman Elise Stefanik. She is the chairwoman of the House Republican Conference and a member of the House Intelligence Committee as well. Chairwoman, great to see you this morning. Thanks so much for being here. Can you settle this for us? What is the difference between a public hearing and a hearing that's behind closed doors? Why is the Oversight Committee pushing that it has to be behind closed doors?
Well, Maria, exactly what you said. In an open public hearing, you see the Democrats turn this into a charade. It's 5 minutes on each side, and it doesn't allow you to get to the facts in a deposed manner. A closed-door hearing allows a legal definition. That is the only compliance with the Republican subpoena. It allows you to follow the facts, to ask follow-up questions, and that is incredibly important when we're doing this investigative work in part of this impeachment inquiry. And my colleague, Chairman Comer, is exactly correct. This is not about Hunter Biden. This is about Joe Biden and whether or not he is compromised. I believe he is fully compromised, and I believe that as we continue uncovering evidence, we will see that this is the greatest political corruption scandal of our lifetime. But that can only be found if we're able to follow the evidence in a closed-door deposition. And of course, we welcome an open hearing for the American people to see, but there has to be a closed-door deposition with a long-form interview with all of the witnesses. And I will point out, Maria, Democrats, when they were in the majority, they demanded that there be closed-door depositions. And Jamie Raskin, who you quoted beforehand, or the reporter quoted, said it was unacceptable, for example, for Steve Bannon to appear publicly and not comply with the deposition. So now the shoe's on the other foot, and the Democrats want to wipe away their previous statements.
Yeah, I mean, that was misleading of Jamie Raskin, because he also knows, as well as you know, and everybody knows in your membership, that you're going to get more out of a closed-door meeting. That's the point. He knows that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And look at the precedents as well. Democrats also demanded that Donald Trump Jr. appear, and he appeared before 2 closed-door depositions and did the transcribed interviews. This is part of our congressional oversight, and that's going to be very important. And the only compliance is appearing before that closed-door deposition, and we're going to stand by that as House Republicans.
Well, part of the issue is your colleagues on the left want to stop Trump in any way, shape, or form, and they don't want this spotlight on the Biden family. We've got new analysis from Real Clear Politics this morning that finds that right now Donald Trump is the favorite to win the 2024 election. Trump leads Biden by 2.6 points in the Real Clear Politics average of polling, the largest lead Trump has had ever so far in the RCP average. The article also says that Trump has led in more polls in the past 3 weeks than he did against Biden in all of 2019 and 2020, saying that Trump is better positioned in the polls than any GOP nominee since at least 2004. So, Chairman, will Trump be the nominee? What about Nikki Haley and her surge?
Yes, Donald Trump will be the nominee. I'm proud to have endorsed Donald Trump. I was the first member of Congress to endorse Donald Trump, and I think the polling shows that the American people understand what a stark difference we have seen in leadership. You're seeing absolutely weak leadership on the global stage under Joe Biden. You have what I believe is the greatest political corruption scandal, the Biden crime family, and it goes all the way up to the big guy who is Joe Biden. And look at the economy, Maria. The majority of the American people no longer have faith in the American dream. 70% of the American people believe that Bidenomics, which the White House is touting, has been an abysmal failure.
Yeah.
When I talk to my constituents at home, inflation is crushing them. We just came out of the most expensive Thanksgiving meal as people go to the grocery store of our lifetimes.
Right.
So the American people are smart, and this is why you're seeing such strong polling for President Trump. And I'm proud to support him, and I'm going to work very hard to make sure that he wins next November.
Yeah, I mean, well, the Biden administration says the complete opposite, Tiana. They say we had a great Thanksgiving. Prices are down. Jump in here.
Oh, yeah. Biden bragging about egg prices falling by 22% after they tripled in the year before.
That's right.
I just want to ask, President Trump is obviously still the dominant front runner in the primary as well as in the general. But if you look at some of these early states, you have Ron DeSantis, who scored the endorsement of Governor Kim Reynolds, Bob Vander Plaats, Nikki Haley coming in New Hampshire. With the debate stage finally whittled down somewhat, is there a possibility that President Trump will be showing up to this debate in New Hampshire that's coming up next week?
You know, I'm not going to speak for President Trump. He's going to make those decisions. He is the overwhelming frontrunner. He is the presumptive nominee. I would encourage the Republicans across the country to rally in support of President Trump. They are, voters are, whether it's in my district, Iowa, or New Hampshire, and he's going to come out of this very quickly as the nominee. As I said, he's the presumptive nominee. I'm focused on the general election and focusing on defeating Joe Biden to save this country.
Yeah. Congressman, what are your priorities now in the House? Are you going to be able to get that money to Israel ASAP?
that is one of our top priorities in making sure that we continue to support our closest ally. And take a step back, Maria, every Senate Democrat voted support for Israel down when it came before them. The House proudly passed an Israel funding bill, which is so incredibly important. It is our most precious ally. But it's also important, in addition to that work, that we continue our oversight and impeachment inquiry agenda, which is why you're seeing this push and making sure that we're communicating to the American people why this is so important to get all the evidence to continue to uncover what I believe is the greatest political scandal leading right up to Joe Biden.
Unbelievable. And they still attack Trump, but ignore what we are seeing in real time. Congressman, it's good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria.
All right.